Hi guys, Puddin597 here with you with a replay sent in by Stuntman 0369. Now, if that name sounds familiar for you, it is probably because of three reasons. One, he does have his own YouTube channel where he does a lot of good information on stat leaks and leaked information. He does have he does run a weekly podcast called What the Ship that we have been featured on several times. That has had no bearing on us picking this replay. The money that helps, by the way, Stunt. Just joking, guys. It really had no bearing on us picking this replay. And the third reason Stunt is well known for is because he usually divisions up with his very good friend, the world famous, the myth, the man, the legend himself, Master Ali. Now, the other thing is, this is on the EU server. There is a tier 10 aircraft carrier in the game. So that kind of changes up a little bit of the way you want to play. You want to stay a little bit tighter together, maximize your AA to deal with the enemy planes. Now, the reason I got to do the commentary on this one is because I'm the one with the... I usually try to keep a prior patch a copy of the game, and this is a 5.15 game, not a 5.16. We're not sure when 0.6 is going to come out. So that is why I'm doing the commentary on this game. Now, the Stunt makes what I'm going to say is the correct call in shooting the Des Moines over the battleship. Because one, you want to get rid of his AA. Two, you can still Citadel and do massive damage to a bow-on cruiser, unless his name happens to be the Moskva. Then fire HE, pray you burn him, or pray he gives you his side, and you punish him that way. Now, as you can see, the friendly destroyer, I believe it looks like he beaches himself, hits the smoke, he's reversing, torpedoes are coming in on his position, he's still reversing, and he is not going to get out of that alive. Not sure if he was within the Des Moines radar range, but I suspect that could have been some of the issue. As the enemy battleship looks like he's reversing out for whatever reason, he's reversing out broadside. I have no words to describe why you would ever want to do that, other than just say it's kind of stupid. With not really any good targets to hit, Stunt is still looking at things, and here comes the master brain surgeon who decided to reverse out in front of two battleships. Now, I do believe Stunt thought he was going to drift a little bit further back, but he still manages to do 8,000 damage to him. It's still a nice hit for a little bit of a miscalculation. Now, I do believe Stunt actually is trying to shoot at the Des Moines, who is sitting still, even though the replay says he is still aimed at the battleship. Just by looking at getting a Citadel and 16,000 damage to him, it wouldn't have happened if he stayed targeted on the battleship. I do believe Stunt also runs manual fire control for his secondaries. Was going to see, it did look like he was going to try to shoot at the rune, but I believe really what he was doing was selecting the rune for his secondaries to get that bonus. But it does look like he's trying to keep a little bit of what's going on with the rune in case he was just going to foolishly sail right through and could get a cheap shot in on him, but that is not going to be. Now these guys, they're starting to lose, and it's starting to turn ugly. Somebody needs to make a play. You either need to get on a single cap and deny them points, or you really need to start sinking some of the enemy ships. Now Stunt's going to eat 2 torpedoes. I think maybe Stunt should have possibly, right as they were about to hit, should have possibly just hit that repair party, or at least after the first one hit it, to minimize the flood damage coming in from the second torpedo. Now luckily for Stunt, he has not had to put up with a carrier. The reason a carrier is very big in a tier 10 game is it stops Yamato from playing its typical role. His Stunt... sorry about that, guys. His Stunt takes a shot in at the Iowa, who luckily completed his turn because the guns just weren't loaded in time. But a carrier kind of does stop the Yamato from doing what Stunt is doing. I know this all sounds contradictory, but the carrier is not sending planes over here to deal with Stunt. Makes me suspect the carrier spawned more on Seaside. He's dealing with the lower tier stuff, the stuff that doesn't have a strong AA, because he is also parked next to the world famous Montana with its glorious AA. It might not have defensive fire, but between the both of them, they will shoot a lot of planes down. It's just that they will probably get most of them on the way out instead of on the way in. Sounds like Master Ali takes a torpedo. I do believe he's not long for this life. So what happens when you're world famous, Ali? Everybody wants to kill you. I'm sorry, my friend. Just the way things are. Takes a shot at the enemy battleship and does a nice 11,000 damage. Now with the enemy DD still in the area, you can see Stunt is still playing it a little bit cautiously, but he's trying desperately to get on to cap. As Ali takes a nice chunk out of the enemy destroyer. Looks like the cruisers are actually finally shooting at the DD to try to get rid of them. But as Stunt starts backing up, you can see that the rune is offering Stunt an awful lot of side. He's very close. He can do a lot of damage to this guy as he starts turning his ship in reverse to try to help his turrets get on target even faster. Here comes the shot. Does 11, or not 11, does 10,000 damage. His secondaries are going to start chewing this gentleman's health up as soon as these shells start landing. And as you can see, also, they manage to cap B. As Stunt finally gets his first kill due to his secondaries and gets a close quarters expert medal out of it. The friendly battleship manages to kill the enemy DD, so now they are down to 1. But those torpedoes are never going to hit Stunt because the only reason Stunt was backing up, I believe, was to kill the rune. And unfortunately, Ali decided to sink in the wrong place and block Stunt's view from getting on cap. I hope this doesn't come back to bite them in the butt. Takes another crack, I believe this is his first crack at the Baltimore, and does does some nice damage to him. As this is the first time I do believe we have seen planes come to this area. But it does still have a cruiser that is just behind him, which I'm sure is affecting the carrier's decision on going after the lone target all the way on the one line. Sure, the other reason is it's a tier 8 and it's an Amagi. It doesn't have a strong AA as stunt, even though the Yamato is not known for having the strongest AA. It does have good AA. It is capable of shooting planes down. Takes another crack at the Baltimore, only does 2,000 damage. And darn you, Des Moines, stop shooting at stun. He's trying to kill your team. He's trying to pull this back and win this. They now have one cap to their 2, even though they are only getting points from one cap. So it is a 1-to-1 ratio. They're actively capping A. Finally, the pesky Des Moines has stopped resetting stunt. So stunt can hopefully get this thing capped out. And there is the gentleman, the enemy carriers, torpedo planes going after the poor Amagi, who is all by himself and is not going to last long. Now, this is not going to be the last time this gentleman gives stunt the side of his ship. That will be the last time he gets away with not paying a price for it. We're having a little hot battleship on battleship action going on now. So if there's any small children in the area, I hope their eyes were covered. Now with the way Stunt's guns were looking, I believe is why he chose to shoot at the North Carolina. Both of them were broadside to him anyways, as he gets a nice 31,000 double citadel on a broadside target. North Carolina realizes that hurt. I don't want it to happen again. Decides to turn. Smart call. He's actually angled up, but as we all know, the Yamato is a low pen machine. He doesn't care about your angle. He can overmatch most of your armor. His secondaries burn him down anyways. And I do stand corrected. Well, no. Luckily, the Iowa went into hiding mode, so I didn't look like an idiot on. That was the last time he would not be punished for showing Stunt his side. Stunt decides to turn his ship, to turn his guns, to try to help with this enemy battleship. Too many fires. The Zhao actually manages to connect some shells to finish him off. The friendly battleship manages to kill one of these pesky destroyers that is sitting behind this island that have been bothering Stunt for, I want to say, most of this game. And please, thank you, IO, for not making me look like an idiot for my earlier comment. But more importantly, guys, look at the scores now. They have the ship lead. They have all 3 caps. They just don't have the point lead. Now, unfortunately, this is the time when the freaking Iowa had to shoot and make me look like an idiot on Stunt not punishing them as, oh crap, here comes 2 squadrons of torp planes. And Stunt wasn't exactly moving at all. Luckily, the friendly carrier comes in, strafes all but one of them down, and has made a brand new friend in Stunt. Saves Stunt from just getting annihilated. He loses a squadron, and Stunt sorry guys, and Stunt tells the CV he's now in love with him. For any of you keeping up with Stunt's love life, I'm sorry to say the love affair between him and the CV ended after this game because a DD in the very next game was giving him smoke, and Stunt said that he loved that gentleman. I'm not sure And the relationship between Stunt and the Destroyer is now I'm really not going to keep up with his love life. The enemy battleship showing side, Stunt manages to kill the cruiser with his secondaries, gets his guns back to bear on the enemy battleship, does 21,000 damage, gets Confederate, and that guy is going to be really, really, really salty about what just happened. Sorry about that, guys, but as the gentleman's third torpedo squadron comes into play, and Stunt makes the correct decision here. You turn in, cut your speed, minimize the damage. And that's what I'm saying about you will usually just kill most of them on the way out. As finally Stunt gets that elusive citadel on this broadside Iowa. The stupid German battleship accuses Stunt of having an aimbot. No, you're a moron for showing your side to a battleship. You'd think at this tier, most idiots would know this. But no, the Iowa is proving me wrong. Gets a double citadel on the broadside Iowa, which puts him up to 3 citadels on this guy. Gets him high caliber. This guy had the advantage going into this fight. That is gone. It is evaporated. This guy is still showing Stunt his side. This guy hasn't learned. And I just want to say this. See, Ali, it happens on the EU server, not just the NA. As he gets his 4th citadel on another idiot and gets a Kraken unleashed. Why would you continue to show your side? Hell, after you got double citadel, you should have turned in a random. At least you would have killed him. Now, of course, it can't be their fault. It can't be the battleship's fault for showing Stunt his side. It can't be his fault he was sort of getting focus fire. It's all the carrier's fault. If they didn't have this stupid noob carrier, they would have won hands down. No, you guys made wrong decisions. Stunt's team manages to pull this back. They are just quickly soaking up the points. There's nothing this poor carrier can do except for sit there and take all the blame because, yes, the carrier made you show your side of a ship to a freaking battleship. Ugh. Just wish some people would grow up a little bit. But the other thing I want to hammer home about this is Stunt actually gives out compliments. You'll see in the chat blocks, there's one. Your compliment has been received. He gives out 2 compliments. I'm assuming he gave 1 to the carrier. I wish more people would do this. I wish people would give out more compliments. This game is quickly wrapping up, guys. There's nothing the enemy carrier can do, so now we're just going to look at the post-battle results. 239,000 damage, fireproof, 2 close quarters, Confederate, Dreadnought, Kraken, high caliber, and with the 5 ships he sank, number 1 on the team with base experience of 3,000. Way to go, Stunt. Excellent game. Stunt does not run the premium camo, but he still walked away with some money, but I'm sure he doesn't care about money. He plays it for fun. 217,000 damage coming from main battery, 13,000 coming from secondaries, and 8,000 coming from the fires his secondaries did cause. I just want to say again, guys, please, if you see somebody have a very good game, please give them a compliment. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. I think we need to change that, and I'm just going to keep hammering this message home for a little bit until till it becomes a regular thing, I guess. The other thing is I want to say we do love the replays you guys do send us. Please keep sending them in. We do appreciate all the support you guys do give us. Please hit that like and subscribe button and have yourselves a great day.